Welcome to the WedPro podcast, the podcast for wedding professionals at any stage of business who are ready to become fully booked wedding pros. We are your hosts, Katie and Roxy, founders of the Wedding Business Hub. We help wedding suppliers grow six-figure businesses through organic marketing, mastering their sales and building their networks, all without spending a fortune on advertising and with none of the burnout. If you are ready to grow, learn new strategies and build a business and life you love, then this is the podcast for you. We have more than a decade's worth of marketing and wedding industry experience, and now we help wedding business owners just like you take your business to the next level. If this sounds like you, you're in the right place.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this episode of the WedPro podcast. I am Roxy and
I am Katie.
And she is Katie.
We were just saying, so funny actually, because this morning I posted a post in our Facebook group all about one thing, one time, not procrastinating, not getting overwhelmed. And I'm not going to lie, I'm having one of those mornings where it's just not happening.
It's just not happening, is it?
Not happening. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I think, has it just a culmination of busy week?
Yeah, I think because we are in pre-launch for WedPro CEO, our WedPro CEO program. So it's actually quite like mentally taxing to be chatting to people, having hype about it. And then we had our evening coaching call last night. So I just think it's a combination of, you can't be on top form all of the time. It's okay, Kate.
I'm here, but I am tired. I'm tired. But we're going to talk about one of my favourite things today. That's how boring I am, everyone. Email marketing, one of Caitlin's favourite things.
Oh, well, we was just saying before this podcast about like how my life has reached like a peak, because I'm talking about like the optimal time to go food shopping now. I've nailed that, saying that I love putting washing on my line in my garden. And
sorry, you love to put washing on the line in your garden.
I actually do.
Or was it just I did put the washing out today?
No, I do love it. I'm looking at it now, blowing.
Wow.
I'm old before my time. So yeah, that's me. I've hit mid-30s and that's it. Slippery slope.
Anyway, we're here. We've shown up. We're going to get you through it. We're going to break down email marketing today. It's something we've been talking about for a really long time. It's something that every business, no matter whether you're in the wedding industry or not inside the wedding industry, should have inside your business. It's something that you should have on your website. You should be collecting leads, should be collecting details. And there's so many other ways that you can use it inside your business as well. Those kind of regular listeners to the pod might know that we have an implementation service. So we do, that's launching again in October, isn't it? So that if you want to come and work with us and inquire about working with us on that, feel free to. But similarly, we're here today. We're going to give you all the tips. So if you want to go and do this for yourself inside your own business, we're going to give you the tools today to go away and crack it. But first, let's chat about what is email marketing and why you should have it, why it's an effective strategy for you. So email marketing basically is you acquiring email addresses through several different means to grow a list of potential customers that you can communicate with via email going forward. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. So it's really useful on a ton of fronts, but mostly because these potential customers have asked to hear from you directly. So they want to connect with you, they want to hear from you, and they want you to give them some help on something. So over time, you can grow an incredible list of curated customers who want to buy from you and, depending on what you do inside the industry, come back from you and buy from you time and time again. And since we implemented this strategy inside our business, it's one of the main focuses that we have inside our business in terms of revenue streams, don't we? The money is in the email list.
It definitely is. I think the thing with email marketing is, and it's the same with anything else in business that you're not sure of, if you don't really fully understand it, I think then your mind automatically assumes that it's overcomplicated, it can't be done for me, so therefore I'm just going to bury my head and not do it. But every single person that I have spoken to recently, whether it's chatting in our groups, on our stories, or having calls about joining our program, it is one of those things actually that a lot of wedding businesses really want to nail, but it's having that know-how and that almost confidence just to kind of get on with it and take action. And it's really honestly not as complicated as what the word email marketing kind of makes it out to be. It's just with a lot of those scary words, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're probably already like doing other things to get the word out about your business. You're going to be on Instagram. You might also be dabbling over in Pinterest, and maybe you've even downloaded Threads. So what's different about email marketing, and why should you add it into your marketing portfolio and have it as another asset inside your business? First of all, it helps you to connect with your customers on a much more intimate way. It lets you speak directly to your customer in a much more intimate way than, let's say, Facebook or Instagram. And if you think about it, a wider audience is the subject of your Instagram post. Like the image that you use and the captions that you write are like typically propositioned for being read by a vast amount of people, right?
Yeah.
Pinterest, the same. Blogging is also for the masses. You're writing for a lot of people. Even if your content speaks to your ideal client and that one customer, your customer knows that it's reaching many people. But email marketing is totally different. Like a customer's inbox is a sacred space, and it's where they exchange communication with the people that they want to communicate with and ideas with others. And when they invite you into marketing with them and speaking with them through their emails, you've got a space to talk to them directly. And if you consider the relationships that you might have with colleagues, service providers, and you mostly speak to them via email, right? You could also be one of those unique relationships when you grow your own email list and talk to your customers inside their inboxes too.
When we actually think about it, how many times a day are you in your inbox, Kate? Because I'm in my emails 5, 7 times a day at least.
And that's it as well. It's not only, first of all, it's more intimate, it's more personal. And thirdly, as well, they've asked you to email them. They've given you their details. They're already a warm lead. They're not somebody that's never seen anything about you before. They found you somewhere, whether it's your website, talk to you at a wedding fair, wherever it is, they found you. They've given the details to you. They're warm already. But it is much more direct as well. You're not relying on algorithms to show your posts to people at specific times. You get to choose the time that you want to send your message and have that received by your potential client. Or maybe a client that's already booked with you, but you've got other things that you can upsell them to, or you've got other funnels that you can push them to consider other packages or other products down the line. You can take much more control when you build your email list.
How actually great is that instead of posting on socials and hoping to get clients that are going to be flooding into your inbox, you can actually have a measured way of not only getting their details and speaking to them directly in your inbox, but you can also use it as a way to nurture those potential clients into actual paying clients in a much more strategic way.
For sure. And this is what we do. We open this up about once a year, don't we? So we open up once a year for people to come, and we'll build them a nurture sequence. And what a nurture sequence is basically a set of emails that's designed to get a client, a prospect, a lead, whatever you want to call them, a couple, to know you, like you, and trust you enough to book you, or enough for them to take the action that you want them to take, whether that's to jump on a consultation with you, whether that's to commit to a package, whatever that is. So a nurture sequence is a set of emails that guides that prospect through a predetermined journey, piece by piece. It's usually between 3 and 8 emails. Most of the clients we work with have 5. We've tested this out extensively, and we found 5 works quite well, where we can start to layer that journey to get the client to do maybe a small thing first, such as go and read a blog or check out a gallery, and then we slowly build that up until the client feels confident enough. You've built trust, you've built expertise, you've shared your knowledge inside the industry, you've given them lots of hints, tips, advice. And then we layer that up so that when we're getting to email, like the last 2 emails, emails 4 and 5, or 7 and 8, if you have an 8 email nurture sequence, that we can actually get them to buy at that point. And we do this inside of our business. We have an email implementation service. We open that up once a year. And we've been doing this now for a couple of years, haven't we, Roxy? And we get amazing results. And these are results that you can also get inside your business too. You just really have to sit. And if you're somebody that wants to go away and do this for yourself and have a look at doing this for yourself, really sit and think about that journey that you want to take people on. What do they need to know about you in order to know and trust you? What do they need to know about your niche? What do they need to know about your service? What do they need to know about the cost of what you do? Do they need educating on anything in particular in order for them to become comfortable enough to go ahead and book you on that last email?
And this is one of those things as well, that once this is set up, this is going to be the gift that just keeps on giving, because every single potential couple that signs up via your freebie or your lead magnet is going to get exactly the same touch points from you on an automated basis. And that is going to save you so much time and so much kind of brain space that you can be getting on with the other important things that are going on in your business, and knowing that these potential clients that are coming through your emails are being nurtured along the way.
Yeah, once it's set up, it runs in the background, exactly like what you said. And also as well, you can set it up so that it only attracts ideal clients. And that's what we work with. Not only do we set up the sequence, we go away and write that sequence for you. We do all the tech as well. But also we start right at the beginning with what is going to attract people to your list and what's going to attract those ideal clients to your list. And the people that are coming through your nurture sequence are those dream clients. And then what email marketing does, when that kicks in, it lets you slowly nurture those leads into raving fans and qualified buyers. And that means you're making more money. And since we really focused on email marketing, we've definitely increased the revenue in our business. We made over $6,000 on one email that we sent out. In one email, we made $6,000 worth of bookings. And we didn't even have to have a touch point on that. We didn't have to have a phone call, but we'd sequenced the emails. We'd nurtured over a few days, over a few emails. And then by the time we were like, hey, here's our product, we'd nurtured so well. That email went out and we made $6,000 worth of sales in one night on that email. And you can do this too. Like when you use email marketing to create connection points with your ideal clients, you answer their questions, you help them make decisions, and you share more about you, you're going to be twice as likely to book that couple.
And I think there are lots, as we know, there are lots of ways that you can be marketing your wedding business. And quite often, I think this one gets forgotten about, and social media seems to be the way that people tend to go to try and get more clients in their diary. But social media can be unpredictable. There is the factor there that you actually don't own your social media accounts, and actually it can be closed at any time without any warning. Or if the platform goes down, it means that it's out of your control. But having a list means you are protecting your business, and you can start really nurturing those clients indirectly to them. They have said, yes, I want to hear from you. So they are going to be opening them emails. And as well, when you're posting on socials, not everybody's going to be seeing your posts. Like it's less than 2% of your following is going to be seeing your social media content, but the conversions via your emails are way more likely to get you those bookings.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. People think, oh, because they're posting on social media, that's fine. But exactly what you said. First of all, you don't own your social media accounts, and you might think, okay, what's the likelihood of me, Facebook, taking away my page or taking away the audience that I've built? You might be thinking, what's the likelihood of that happening? What's the likelihood of my page being taken down? It might be unlikely, but it does happen. I have had maybe 15 spam emails this week of, hi, we're Facebook, we're going to close your account down, come and click this link here. And some people get caught up on that and they click the link and they give away details and then they get locked out of their accounts. Other ways, people get hacked all the time. And these are things that are genuinely out there. And we don't say this to scare you. Another thing, and this is why we like to breadcrumb and why we like to have audiences in different places, is you don't have any control. You don't have any control as to how many of your audience Facebook decides to show your post to, or Instagram decides to show your post to, or Twitter decides to show that tweet to,
or if they decide to change the algorithms.
Yeah, and then that gets confusing. Whereas email marketing, that is your list. So while everybody else is like chained to like the gods at Facebook and them telling them when they are able to promote their business, and yes, you might think I'm posting on socials every day, but depending on the algorithm and how popular your content is and how much that's getting pushed out, that's not being shown to all your followers. It's just not. And the algorithm gets to decide how many people see that. Absolutely not the case in email marketing. If you are consistent with your email marketing, you provide value, you nurture correctly, there is absolutely no reason why you can't have a really decent open rate. And we've really concentrated on this in the last 2 years. And our email open rate is really high. And that's not come from us not trial and erroring and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, pulling things back, scaling things up, looking at what our audience is responding to. But typically, when we know that a good open rate can be in quite the low percentages, in our email nurture sequences that we write and our email nurture sequences that we use inside our business, we can have an open rate sitting at over 80%, which is really good. And this is possible for you too. If you follow these points, build trust, build that know, like, trust factor, be consistent, help them solve a problem with each informative and helpful email that you send, you can build trust with that person and really build up that relationship with them. So you become the only person to that, the only choice to that couple, because you've answered all of the questions that they might have, you've shown that you're consistent, you have hit that know and trust factor, created those connection points, and you've really accelerated that in a short period of time by having that nurture sequence as well.
It really helps you stay top of mind so that when they are ready to buy, you've already done the graft, you've built that know and trust, you've answered any questions that they've had, and they will buy from you. They will book you.
Yeah. So if you're thinking, okay, how do I do this? Where do I start? How do I even build an email marketing list? How do I create a nurture sequence? Everything as a wedding pro is a little bit different because your customer life cycle is usually a lot shorter. But that doesn't mean email marketing doesn't work at all. The easiest way to incorporate it is to create a nurture sequence that is going to send those emails automatically. So when somebody comes into your world, they visit your website, you chat to them at a wedding fair, however you want to do it, they find you on Facebook, they click your link in bio on Instagram, you're collecting their details, and that goes automatically into your nurture sequence and fires that off. That always starts with an opt-in. It starts with something highly valuable that your ideal client is going to want. And then it funnels into your nurture sequence. So then it funnels into that automatic email 1, a few days later, email 2, maybe the next day at email 3, however you want to work it, until you've really taken them from look to book in that email sequence.
And this is exactly the service that we offer. And I absolutely love setting this up for people, because it might be I've got the know-how when it comes to creating the lead magnet, or you're okay with words, but the tech side of it, you're just not sure. We literally do it all for you. Not only do we create the opt-in, we then set up your nurture sequence as well, and then implement it into the tech. So literally you are left with a sequence and an opt-in that is literally ready to go. And this sort of thing is really great for attending wedding fairs, because you can capture details in a really quick way and then get them into your funnel. which
Yeah,
say
get them into your world, get them into your funnel, and then you can retarget them. And this is great for like wedding fairs at any time of the year. So some people will come to wedding fairs and they're not quite ready to book yet, and you're relying on that person to then remember you, find your website, find your Instagram, get in touch. When you have that person's details, you can continue to target them until they are ready to book. You can continue to nurture them over a longer period of time. Once that nurture sequence is done with, they'll then go into another list. This is done automatically. It's really easy. They go onto another list, and then through that list, you'll keep in touch with them and you'll remind them about what you do, and you'll remind them about why you're qualified and why you're the expert in your field, why they should trust you, why they should book you. And then when they are ready to book you, your email will be there, your contact details will be there, and they can get in touch with you really simply. You're constantly just reminding them throughout that journey that you're around, you're here, they've already expressed interest in you, they've already given you the details. So it's important that you keep in touch with them.
And this stuff works, like we know it works. One of our wedding planning clients that we worked with last year actually booked 3 weddings by having this nurture sequence set up within a few weeks of having it being live. She tells us that she loved that we created something that sounded just like her, and it works incredibly well for her wedding planning business. We also have worked with a wedding photographer as well. We've built a sequence for them, and they are constantly booking clients through that sequence on autopilot, which is
because it's
what it's all about.
It's done. It's there in the background. Your couple doesn't feel like it's on automatic. It's highly personalized. There's ways you can personalize that email all the way through, so it feels like you're talking to that one person in a really personal and intimate way. There's no noise, there's no distractions, there's no Facebook ads popping up, there's no pictures of your friends on the night out that you want to go and have a little look at. It's a quiet space. They've opened the email, they're not being distracted by everything else, and you can really get your message across. So yeah, we love it. We absolutely love it. If you want to go and have a little look at how you can implement this in yourself, you do need an email marketing provider. We recommend Flowdesk. We think it's amazing. We will leave a code in the show notes, which will give you a free trial, and then it also gives you a really nice discount if you want to check out Flowdesk for your email nurture sequence. But yeah, absolutely, start to build a list, start to build an audience. It just bomb-proofs your business, isn't it? You've got audiences in different places. If something goes down, you can still sell, you can still make money, you can still communicate with your clients. What we don't want you to be in is to be in a position where you're locked out of your Facebook account or your Instagram account, and that's where you're holding your clients' details, or that's how you've got some bookings hanging in the balance, but you can't get back to those people. And then by the time you get back in, they've gone elsewhere. We don't want that for you. We want you to be able to not only create audiences in lots of places, but have the means to actually be able to communicate with them on your terms. And that's what we love.
We want the power in your hands.
Go and click below to start that free trial with Flowdesk. Go and check it out. Let us know what you think about it. We absolutely love it. You can, in just a few clicks, you can create beautiful emails, and you'll receive 50% off for life on that as well, no matter how big your email list gets as well, because quite a few of the email providers out there will charge you depending on how many emails you set out, or some of them, they let you have a free list, but once you start to try and create this sequence, they start to charge you for the sequence. Flowdesk isn't like that at all, and that's why we really recommend it, and we love it, and the clients that we know use it absolutely love it as well. So yeah, hopefully we have inspired you today to check out email marketing for your business. Let us know how you get on. Let us know if anything we've said today about our implementation service has piqued your interest and you want to know more. We're opening doors for that in the middle of October, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
And it's worth noting as well that we only take on like a certain amount of clients for this service. So if it's something you are interested in and you want to get in there, get on that wait list first, because it is a first come first served, just let us know.
Yeah, we usually work with about 4, don't we? Just because of the amount of work that goes into that, the amount we really get to know you, we get to know the way that you would speak, we get to know your ideal client, what are they looking for. We get to know every aspect of your business. We sit on a discovery call with you and
we brand it all. We put your logos, we use your colors, we use your font. It is literally, the words have gone.
We listen to the way that you speak. So we write it in a way that it sounds like you and your business. And then we hit on all of the points that your ideal client needs to know in order to feel comfortable booking with you during this sequence time. So yeah, I think you can hear now that I'm starting to lose my voice. So I think that is time to wrap up this week's podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We hope we've inspired you. We love a bit of email marketing. We love it because we know it works. We know that we've had crazy success with email marketing. We know it's just not a one-off thing. I'm so sorry about my voice. Where's it going? Where's my voice going?
I don't know what's happening.
But we know it doesn't just work for us. It works time and time again. We've worked with 10, 15 people now on their kind of email marketing sequences and getting this put in position for their business. Every single one of them come back and tell us that they're super happy with their sequence, that it's helping them to convert in the background whilst they're doing other things in their business, which we love it.
And very often we hear that it is a lifesaver at wedding fairs when footfall's coming through and you can't speak to everyone in the way that you want to. This is an amazing tool for capturing those details. But that's it. We're going to go because we're going to let Kate's voice have a little rest, maybe have a cup of tea.
I said I'm not feeling it. Maybe we're coming
Maybe
down.
you're coming down with something. Oh no, watch this space on the next episode. We'll have to let you all know how Katie is. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, if you are loving our podcast, please quickly take 5 minutes to hop over and leave us a review. It really helps us continue to feel motivated and loved to bring you the content just like this.
Bye guys, see you on the next one.
Bye.